Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Black Panther, World of Wakanda, issue number 6. Now, this is supposedly the final issue, and this really makes me sad. Now, this is very different from the original first 5 issues of Black Panther, World of Wakanda, because those first 5 issues were about the Dora Milaje for the most part, and they were supposed to, that series, that first 5 issues ended where the first issue of standard Black Panther, which is out this year, 2017, is supposed to pick up. Now, I guess they just needed one more issue so they could put all of these into a proper trade paperback. So they kind of threw this story in there, which is sad because this is actually a really good story. Now, first off, I have to tell you, I was really not nervous about going into this, but skeptical. I didn't think this was going to be a particularly great issue, but Rembert Brown wrote this, and with Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi did a lot of the consultation for this story for the original 5 issues. I don't think all of them, but at least issue 2 and on, I believe, had a lot of consultation there, and is consulting for over in Black Panther and the Crew new series, which just started, I believe, last week. And just there's a whole lot going on here. And Ta-Nehisi seems to be really involved in a lot of them. Now, with this particular story, we have Casper Cole, the White Tiger, one of the many incarnations thereof. And this is actually from the original story, The Crew, which happened before Black Panther and the Crew. There's a lot of tie-in in here, and I do recommend picking up this issue simply to be able to get an idea of this seriously in-heart, street-level type of comic book. Now, if you liked the Luke Cage story that was just out with on Netflix, and if you kind of like the idea of what they're doing with the Defenders as a whole, I genuinely believe you're going to like this issue. Basically, it is a one-shot where we have Casper Cole. We see how hard his life is, how ridiculously difficult his life is right now. And he's told that he has to go after this guy who Casper lovingly refers to as a version of the Vampire of Brooklyn, which is a really funny reference to that Eddie Murphy vampire movie, which I actually liked the movie. I really did. It's my opinion. It's like the last really decent movie that Eddie Murphy did. That's neither here nor there, though. He has to go and try and find this guy, Cardiac, who is a supervillain. And the last time I remember seeing him was in the Superior Spider-Man stories. So long enough ago that, wow, Cardiac's back. And he gets a certain amount of information from Cardiac to realize that the Vanisher, this other hero, villain who teleports, was able to steal vibranium directly from the Black Panther and is trying to disseminate it amongst a bunch of villains. Now, the Vanisher, he discovered, can't actually use his teleportation ability around the presence of vibranium in itself. So he needed to use a special container in order to transport that vibranium. So White Tiger realized that he can actually throw his little vibranium daggers into, not enough to kill him, but to hurt him and to disrupt the teleportation abilities of the Vanisher. And that's basically the gist of the story. It's a story that could have gone on for at least 2 issues, maybe 3 even, and it would have been good, it would have been fun, and it would have been enjoyable, but they kind of just threw this in there. And all in all, it is fulfilling. It really is. And at the end, we see the troubles that this guy Cole has to deal with, and the Black Panther gives him a new role. So this was, in the beginning, it said this is the death of the White Tiger. So I'm thinking that Casper's going to die in this, which I was actually kind of bothered by that. But no, that's not the case. It's the death of the persona of the White Tiger. And now he's going to become something else. He's given a new suit, a new Black Panther looking suit. And I'm really looking forward to where this goes. The problem is that it's not going to happen here in this comic. It's going to happen over in the Black Panther comic, apparently. Or actually maybe even in Black Panther and the Crew. That's where it seems like it might. I don't know, and it bothers me that I don't know exactly what's coming next. But what I do know is that this particular one-shot was so damn good that, one, I'm going to give this issue a B. I enjoyed this a lot. Even with it being kind of rushed, it was really good. But I would also actually be very pleased to see this as a Netflix or Hulu series. It was really that good, that down and dirty and gritty and down to earth, that I think that this would really resonate with fans. Just my humble opinion. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.